If you own a property and have a second mortgage on it, and if you want to keep this property and get rid of the second loan, attorney Shaw Parali can help. Call 510-742-5887. Due to the uncertain economy, many people have settled their debts for a fraction of its value. It's recommended to use an experienced lawyer to deal with it. Shaw Parali is an experienced debt settlement attorney and has handled hundreds of such cases successfully. There are no upfront fees for debt settlement. Only when you win, you pay. Call Shaw Parali, attorney at law, at 510-742-5887 or visit yourdebtsettlementattorney.com for a free assessment. This is just an advertisement. No attorney-client relationship is established by this ad. The law does not guarantee success. Call 510-742-5887.
And now, from the San Francisco Bay Area studios, KLOK proudly presents to you the prominent attorney Shaw Parali for the Shaw Parali Law Show, coming at you with over 50,000 watts of power. The Shaw Parali Law Show, where all your views matter.
Hello everybody. Assalamu alaikum, sastikal, namaskar to all the listeners. This is attorney Shaw Parali for another law show. Today we are live and we are the last day of August today, August 31st, and we are going to cover different topics on immigration. And today I have Franco on the board with me. Thank you, Franco, for being here. And also we have a lot of news. Before I even take the callers, everything I'm going to tell you today is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. The number to our office is 510-742-5887. The website to check, attorneyonair.com. And before I start, I wanted just to mention the situation in Texas. Our heart goes to all the people who are suffering there. Unfortunately, it seems it's getting worse with the explosions now in the chemical factories. So hopefully things will work out, but it's going to take years to fix all this. And also in India, Mumbai also is suffering the same fate with the big floods coming up, and also with the building crumbling. So our heart goes to all those people there who are suffering also again. And also, if you have a chance to help, please do help. And now we are seeing there's really climate change happening all over the world, including China, Hong Kong, and more tropical hurricanes coming. So we just wanted to mention that. And also Eid is coming, so, and also Hajj for a lot of people. So we say Eid Mubarak to all our listeners. And today we are going to talk about different issues that are coming on immigration. Number one, this big announcement that appeared on an article on Politico.com, where basically now, as you know, there usually, when it's time to get your green card on an employment-based immigration, you don't have to go for an interview. But now, except in certain cases you had an interview, that now it's going to be the norm to have an interview, which is going to really kind of clog the system. Also for parents' petitions, which usually are optional, the interview, we're going to see interviews coming up too, especially under the rules of extreme vetting. And I have kind of published the preliminary memo that came out from this reporter on our website. If you type it, you will see it there. So pretty much now be ready. If it's time to get your green card, once this memo is effective, there will be an interview coming up, and that's going to really create problems on the system, especially if the interviews are delayed and the dates are retrogressed. It's going to make a lot of people suffer. But we were expecting a lot of things like that to happen. So for that, if you're going for the interview, we have some good videos how interviews are conducted. I will try to make one which is more current and more appropriate for employment-based adjustment of status interviews. Especially they're going to look into the I-140s, how you maintain your H-1B, etc., etc. So be ready for all this. And of course now we have this this other situation in Texas where they wanted to attack the sanctuary cities. So now a judge has blocked that, which is something good because right now, especially in Texas, with all the problems they're having, I don't think it's a good idea to go after people or who are undocumented. They should be focusing mostly on what's happening with Harvey. And also, for those who don't know, also for those filing H-1Bs, level 1 entry positions, we are seeing a lot of RFEs and ultimately denials because they're considering those as non-specialty occupation. And AILA, American Immigration Lawyers Association, has sent an alert stating if people are getting denied to contact them and give them examples. So all these things are happening. So now we're going to open the line. Franco, the number to our studio is 408-912-5565, 408-912-5565. And we're going to be taking calls on anything on immigration. And you can call, feel free, or if you want a consultation, you can call 510-742-5887. But right now, 408-912-5565. And the lines are open. You please feel free to call if you have any questions on immigration, including adjustment of status, including family petitions, employment-based immigration, I-140, H-1B, you name it. If I can answer, I'll be more than glad to answer. So, of course, we are discussing about those interviews. A lot of people are going to get them, and they will be actually kind of detailed interviews because that's what they are saying. So expect that to happen. It's going to be interviews for the green card. That means once your I-140 is approved, your dates are current, expect them to have. So let me take one caller, Franco, and then we'll continue. This is Shapra. You're live on air.
Hi, I have a quick question. So I'm trying to do I'm trying to extend my H-1B visa along with my wife's H-4 extension and H-4 EAD. So, everything at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And in the H-4 EAD, I think they are in the H-4 EAD application, they are asking for a I-797 notice of action number for the current, for H-1B. So do you know what to enter in that information, or should we leave it blank? Because it's all being applied together, right? So there's no number that I can provide them.
So you mean for the H-4 for your wife? The
Correct.
I-529?
So for H-4 EAD, in that application, there's a line that asks us, what's your I-797 notice of action number for the primary H-1B petitioner, right? And they're asking for that information in the H-4 EAD. And it's all being applied together.
You can put the old H-4 797 number because they're probably going to continue based on that. So just put the previous H-4 I-797 receipt number and let them adjust it because that will make it easier for them to trace the case. Okay?
Okay, great. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Good luck to you. So I don't know if I have more callers right now, Franco. Let me take one more caller. This is Sharper. Are you alive in here?
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
you're live in here. Yes, sir.
Is the H1 premium processing opened right now for all the H1 transfers, or is it only for few special categories?
It's only for a few. It's mostly for those who are on the non-profit, the H1B cap exempt cases. These are the ones who are getting actually the premium back online, but not for everybody. We are hoping by October it will happen, or even end of September, but so far we have not heard anything. Well, I have not heard anything. So let's hope we are going to see some reopening of the premium soon. Okay?
Okay, so my company lawyer told actually that they can process with the H1 premium processing. So I searched in the website, but never it mentioned any place.
Yeah, some people also told me that, but I have not seen it, and I would have gotten an email from the American Immigration Lawyers Association. But sometimes, the way it works with them, you get all those memos being prepared, and just like the one I just mentioned right now, where they're going to have interviews for people who are getting their green card. This memo is not published yet, but a reporter got hold of it and he published it. So sometimes those things happen without they putting it on the website, and until we get final confirmation, we don't want to tell people it's happening. So it might be there, but I personally don't know about it. But I will double check and let people know soon. If it is back on, I would post it on my website right away. Okay?
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. But if they can do it, then tell them yeah. But I don't think it's there because I know only the one with non-profit is back on. Okay? All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Good luck to you. Let me see if there's another caller, Franco. This is Shapira. You're live on air. Okay, I think I lost the caller. This is Shapira. You're live on air. Hello. Hello. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can still call. The lines are open. The number to the studio is 408-912-5565. I think I have another caller. This is Shapira. You're live on air.
Hi. I have one quick question. My niece completed her graduation here and we applied for the H1 and her case got picked up and she got an RFE. The thing is her current extension, OPT is expiring on 30th of September. But still the decision is not made. Can she legally stay in US or she needs to go out of the country?
No, she can stay because as from October 1st, the case will fall into the H1B period of stay. Because on October 1st, it will continue. So as long as the case is pending, she can stay. But if she cannot work though until she gets the approval, or unless the DSO gets her another cap gap, which is very difficult. But she can stay in the U.S. until they make a decision on the H1B.
Oh, okay. She cannot work because I'm hearing that she can work till the decision is made.
Well, technically there is kind of an extension of cap gap, but that has to be requested by the DSO. So she cannot work unless they actually give her that cap gap extension, which is unfortunately something that does or does not happen. So, but the safe side is she cannot work until she gets the approval. But many people do work and they're okay with that, but it's not something I recommend doing. Okay?
Okay. All right.
Okay, so talk to the DSO, see if you can get an extension of cap gap. Okay? And the cap gap. Okay? So let me take another caller. This is Shapira. You are live on air. Okay. Hello. I think we have too many callers calling at the same time, so bear with us a little bit. This is Shapira. You are live on air. Let me take the next one, Franco. Hello.
Hi, Mr. Sir.
Yes, sir. Hi, how are you, sir? You're welcome.
My question is related to EAD. Actually, I'm filing EAD for my wife, and this is related to a marriage certificate. Actually, that is in Hindi language. So is that okay if I can translate myself and attach along with other document, or I need to get it from some professionals?
You don't have to get it from a professional. You can just have a friend or someone translate it. It's better. You can do it yourself, but I recommend having a third party doing it, a friend, and then they just have to sign, I translated this to the best of my name is so and so, and this was translated to the best of my abilities. And they have to mention also they speak and read that language. So you don't have to do it to a company. You can do it to a friend. You can also do it yourself, but it's always good to have a third party do it. Okay?
Okay. And is it required to have a notarized as well, or it's not required?
It's not required, but it's recommended, because if you're putting a third party to sign on it, then you want to make sure that it's a genuine signature. So that's where the notary comes into play. The notary doesn't notarize a document. They notarize only the signature. So yes, it is recommended to put a notary, but it's not necessary. Okay?
Okay. Makes sense. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Let me take another caller. This is Shapira. You're live in here. Hello. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry. I think everybody calls at the same time, and then when we take another call, then we lose your call. So I apologize for that. Feel free to call. The lines are still open. 9125565, and I have Franco on the board really kind of doing all the best to be able to capture all of you, but unfortunately sometimes they conflict the line. So like I was mentioning earlier, there are a lot of things happening, and relating to the situation of all those hurricanes, bad weather. It's happening all over the world, including Bangladesh, China, Hong Kong, Senegal, and this is also causing a problem of refugees, which is something that we need to be starting to understand. Climate change and migration, and that's going to be an issue. In fact, I think last year a person filed an asylum based on climate change. It didn't go through, but ultimately it might go through. Let's see how things work out, but this is something just to watch out. Let me take another caller, Franco. This is Shapira. You are live in here.
Hey, Shah. Hi, this is Kaushik speaking.
Hi, Kaushik. How are you?
I'm doing good, thanks. Thank you for this wonderful show.
Oh, thank you, sir.
There's a lot of information that's been shared.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for your kind words.
Sure. I have a quick question, Shah. This is regarding my L1 visa. So right now I am on an L1 visa, and I have applied for my H1 through a different company, and I have got an RFE on that.
Okay.
So my question is, my company has already replied for that RFE, and my initial company from which I am working on a L1 has also applied for my L1 extension.
Okay.
So my question here is, say suppose I get my RFE cleared and I move on to the H1, and later my L1B petition gets approved. So will there be any issue with my H1? Because
yeah, because what will happen, the L1 will, whichever comes last, is going to override it, right? So if H1B comes after the L1, H1B will take over. If the L1 comes later, then L1 will take over. So what you can do as a solution, number one, if you, let's say the L1 happens after the H1 and you want to use the H1, you can just go outside the country, get a stamp, and then come back on H1B. It will reset the H1B. But of course, there's a risk of leaving the country. Now, the other solution is to refile an amendment and have the H1B come back, extension or an extension on the H1B, basically to change the status from the L1 to the H1. Or the third option is to withdraw the L1. Okay?
Is to withdraw the L1?
Yeah, withdraw the L1 once the H1B is approved if you want to go on H1B, because otherwise it will be, if the L1 gets approved after the H1, you will move to L1 automatically.
Right. So should I inform my parent company which has filed my L1 to withdraw that?
Well, not now. Wait for the H1 to get approved, or unless the L1 goes for another 6 months or so, 3 months, then you don't have to do the extension. But if not, then you never know what happens if the H1 doesn't get approved. So it's good to have your L1. So what I would recommend, as soon as the H1 gets approved, then quickly withdraw the L1. But then you have to move on the H1, okay?
Correct. Okay, sure.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Good luck to you. Okay, let me take another caller, Franco. This is Shaprai. You are 11 here.
Hi, Mr. Shah. This is Shailesh. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Shailesh. I'm doing well. What can I do for you, sir?
So I have a very good question about, I have an EB2 priority date May 2011, and at the time of filing, I didn't have enough publications and patents with me. Now I have got a few of those, and at the same time, I have gotten into a good position in my company. So I was kind of wondering, do I look at my case of kind of, like potentially moving to EB1A, or is there any questionnaire that I can fill in so that I can identify whether I qualify for an EB1A or EB1 itself?
Okay, let me ask you a few questions. We'll already have an idea. How many publications you have?
Maybe 5.
Okay, 5. How many citations?
I think 3 or 4.
Okay. Have you won any awards or anything special?
Nothing that basically, at a global level or something. I do have like 5 or 6 patents and few in the pipeline, so I'm not sure.
Good. Okay, so, and how about, are you a member of any group that requires high caliber, for example, IEEE and things like that? Are you a member of any of those?
Yes, I am one of those, yes.
Okay, perfect. And, well, there are a few more questions, but I think you might qualify. So what we can do, if you shoot me an email, send me a copy of your resume, I can tell you, and if you want us to handle it, we might be able to get it done. The only thing I see right now is that you have a limited number of citations. Having said that, you have those patents that can be helpful. Have you judged the work of any other people, any peers or things like that? Have you sat on any panel as a judge?
No. I've done some reviews here and there on a broader community, but nothing as such. I work in a pretty different field where there are not too many people around this technology. So maybe I can set up an appointment with you sometime and we can go through it if that makes sense.
So why don't you send me the resume first? Just email me at my email, and then Shah@Pirali Law. You will find it on my website. And then based on that, we can do a quick phone consultation and assess the case. And if we think there's a case, we'll be glad to handle it for you. There is a chance you do qualify for EB1A. And just to let people know, EB1A is not, you don't have to upgrade it. You just file the EB1A, you let the EB2 continue so that it doesn't get affected. And then once it's approved, you can just take that priority date, send it to the EB1, and your dates will be current, and you should get your green card. Okay?
Got it. Excellent. I'll shoot you an email today. So.
Okay, good luck to you. And you can call my office to 510-742-5887. Let me take another, just to let people know, so we're pretty good with EB1. We're getting a bunch of them approved, and we're very proud of that, and I wanted to say special thanks to the team, just to shout out for them. Let me take another caller, Franco. This is Shapra. You're live in air.
Hi, Shah. This is Sunit here.
Hi.
I have a question regarding the visa stamping.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I have the H1B visa. I have the H1 I-797 approval till 2019 June. Can I go for the stamping and come back while my family is here in US? My family doesn't have any stamping also.
Well, the family doesn't need the stamping. They are still holding to your H1B, so they are fine as long as they're here. But if your H1B gets cancelled there, then ultimately, if they are on H4, their H4 will get cancelled too. They don't need to go for the stamping. You can go, but if yours gets rejected and they take away the H1B, then their H4 also will go away.
Right, I know that. So, like, is it allowed? Because in the DS-160, they're asking where is your family? Like, I mean, are there anyone in US, your family? Like,
yeah, your family is still there. This is a general question. Yeah, they can stay because your H1B is still good because it was an extension or a change of status which was done inside the U.S. through the Department of Homeland Security. When you go for stamping, you're going with the Department of State or State Department, and that's a different issue. The State Department can block you to get a stamp, and ultimately they have to recommend if they want to recommend removing the H1B, then actually it gets affected, the H4. But yeah, you can leave them here, but it's recommended to take everybody go at the same time to get the stamping, but it's not necessary. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, good luck to you. Let me take another caller. This is Shaprai. You're live in air. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know, anything I'm telling you today is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. And of course, we are getting a lot of questions today, but the main topic we were discussing about now, for those filing for their green card, ultimately there will be an interview for the adjustment of status, which was not common for employment base usually. For marriage petition, it's mandatory, so it was there. For parents petitions, it was optional. Sometimes they will give it, sometimes don't, but now it seems they're going to do it. And that's basically under the rule of President Trump for extreme vetting. That's pretty much where they're going. And that rule has, this memo kind of has been leaked by a reporter from Politico, and it should be coming soon on the USCIS website. And also, some people were asking if premium is back. I don't have any information if it is back. It might be, but I'm not sure it's there yet. But premium is back for some cap exempt non-profit organization H1B. So watch out, and then if there's anything, please check our website. I try to update it as much as possible. attorneyonair.com, or our YouTube channel where I podcast all those radio shows. It's youtube.com/sharpirali-law. And I wanted to thank you all for listening. It's very, very nice to have people calling and asking their questions. It makes things easier for us to explain. And as much as we can, we try our best to cover all the topics. So if you want to call, we still have another 10-15 minutes to go on the phone calls, 408-912-5565. And Franco, I think I have one caller, right? This is Sharpirali, you're live on air. Hello? Okay. So I think, and then this is the thing, when I give the number, everybody call at the same time, and sometimes you might hear the lines are clogged in one shot. So please bear with us and keep calling to get hold of us. And of course, if you want a private consultation, call us at 510-742-5887. The other topic I was mentioning, we are seeing a lot of RFEs and intent to deny or denials of cases where it is an entry-level position, because they are claiming that these are not a specialty occupations, which is becoming a big problem because most people coming out of school are getting a job at entry level. The reason for that is basically they're trying to find a way to make it harder. As I told you before, they have not really gone into actually denying people their cases, but ultimately they have denied cases, but they have not changed the law, but they are making it more and more strict. And also we are seeing a lot of questions when it comes to national visa centers. They're asking hundreds of questions about passport, about many, many things which usually we don't see in regular cases. So be ready for that. National Visa Center is sending all those questions where basically each question is taking like 60 minutes and they're asking like 4 or 5 big questions. How many countries you travel, etc., etc. This is new, and this is also under the rule of extreme vetting. So be ready for that. And if you need help, give us a call, 510-742-5887. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to be back after those messages. And today we are talking, of course, about immigration and also about issues related to the hurricane, which really was devastating, which is still really giving a hard time to Texas and moving on to other states now. And there are more coming, unfortunately. May God help us. And also for Mumbai, we know there's this big same kind of similar situation going on with the monsoon. So our heart goes to all those people who are suffering. And I heard that some building crumble and a lot of people are trapped. So we pray to God that they, as much as possible, they can get help. And also it's happening in Hong Kong, China. So the reason I'm bringing this up is that we cannot ignore that. These are all related to our communities, and at the same time it's related to people suffering. And ultimately we're going to see a lot of migration due to climate change, whichever way you see it, climate change or no climate change, but there is something happening, and it's affecting a lot of people all over the world. And we are already seeing a lot of people trying to get out of their countries. And also we heard a lot of people moving to Bangladesh from Myanmar. So it's happening. It's not only Syria now or Iraq or things like that, or Afghanistan. It's happening pretty much all over the world. So be ready for that. So just wanted to let you know I'm going to take a quick break, Franco, and we'll be back after those messages, and we don't go anywhere. This is Attorney Sharpirali live on air. Today is August 31st, 2017. Thank you.
Beerables Inc. is an e-solutions company that provides custom web design, web application development, and internet marketing services to individuals and businesses. They can build powerful e-commerce sites, mobile apps, develop content, and market you on social media. They can help manage your brand's reputation and provide rock-solid customer support. Call today at 1-800-651-6091 or email us at info@beerbles.com for a free consultation today. Again, the number is 1-800-651-6091.
The Shaw Purely Law Group and IMI Law Help Inc. are proud to announce the release of the Immigration Law Podcast on iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn, and other renowned podcast channels. Immigration Law Podcast was designed to provide the audience with information on various U.S. immigration issues. The podcasts are unique because they are presented by the prominent attorney, Shaw Purely, covering topics such as B1, B2 visas, visitor and business visas, H-1B visas, L-1 visas, O visas, EB-1 visas, student visas, perm labor certifications, national interest waivers, NIW, green cards, and citizenship. Although educational in nature, the podcasts provide a rare insight on immigration news and politics from an experienced lawyer's perspective. Immigration Law Podcasts, a unique perspective on immigration law. Download them from iTunes or Google Play. For more information, visit attorneyonair.com or call 510-742-5887. This is just an advertisement. No attorney-client relationship is created by this ad.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. So this is Attorney Shapirali, and we're discussing, of course, about immigration, and we will be talking now about a little bit about debt settlement. But you can still call if you have questions on immigration or debt settlement. 408-912-5565, 408-912-5565. And I just got news that I think the the Russian consulate in San Francisco is going to be closed, and for all my clients from Russia, please make sure that you have all your documents, because that will be creating some issues for you, because we have a bunch of clients from Russia, so I just wanted to let them know. And also, now let us talk a little bit about the debt settlement. I was just reading right now, it seems the house market is going a little bit down, not that much in the Bay Area, but some people are starting to call us to take care of their second mortgages, so we can deal with their second mortgages, get rid of them sometimes for a fraction of its value. We have done that for years now. We are pretty good at it. So feel free to call us at 510-742-5887, and the website for debt settlement is yourdebtsettlementattorney.com. And also for credit cards, a lot of people also have used a credit card during vacation, and suddenly they're finding themselves with hardships. And if you want to get out of debts, please give us a call, 510-742-5887. Let me take one caller, Franco. This is Shapra. You are live in here.
Hi, Mr. Shah. I am currently on H-1B visa, and I want to change my job. So could you tell me a little more about the H-1 transfer process? Like, how does it happen? Like, should the H-1 be transferred before I start the new job, or does it happen after that?
Okay. Well, that's a good question. We're going back to the source. Well, H-1B has to be filed. The transfer has to be filed under AC-21 Section 105, which basically requires that you file the transfer. Once you get the receipt, then you can start working. Technically, even you don't get the receipt under that rule, as long as it's filed, it's confirmed, delivered to the USCIS, you can start working. But this has to be done either before you leave the company or within a grace period if you have been terminated. So if your question is, do you have to file before you move, the answer is yes. It not only has to be filed, you have to at least get the receipt or have a confirmation it was delivered there. So that's pretty much the process, and most of the time the company lawyer will know how to deal with that. But don't leave your company before you do the transfer unless you are terminated. That's a different story.
And if the other company transfers, does my current company get to know about that? Or?
Well, no, that's nothing to do with them. But sometimes there might be mistakes. It might be mailed there, but it's very rare. But the short answer is no. Whatever you do with the company B, let's call it company A to company B, no, they don't know about it. Okay?
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr.
And if you want any help or anything you're not understand, just give us a call at the office, 510-742-5887. we can do a consultation. Okay? Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Let me take another caller. This is Shaprai. You're live on air.
Hi, good morning, Shah. First of all, congratulations for a great show, and we're getting a lot of inputs.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I had a query. My EB1C was filed, and now the latest I-485 form has been sent to me to update. And there is one question which I was slightly confused. The question was regarding, was your visa denied earlier? And in my case, in 2014, company had applied for L1A blanket, and in the consulate, the consulate officer had asked me, it's not clearly approvable, apply in a different category. And then my L1A was applied in individual. So should I mention this as part of the documentation in the question, the I-485C, or is that considered a denial? Or?
Yeah, definitely, because the thing is just, if you don't disclose that, then what they will say is that you're lying, and if you lie, then they will block you based on 212(6)(c)(1), which is basically fraud and misrepresentation. Since it's not going to affect your case by mentioning it, I will not only recommend, you have to say it, you have to mention it, and give an explanation what happened. That's all.
Okay, thanks so much. Thanks for your help.
You're welcome. Okay, one thing you're saying you're getting I-45 update. Are you transferring, or this is a new I-45 you're filing?
Actually, my company filed for EB1C on I-140 was filed. I got a priority date of July 4th. But what they said was adjustment of status I-485. They said they would be applying it in October due to the L1A EB1C. Right now the quota is over. So they were preparing the draft. Initially they thought it would be a concurrent filing, but
it's the first time they're filing it. It's the first time they're filing it. So you're not updating it. You're just filing it now. Okay, that's why I wanted to make sure I got it right. But yeah, so my answer is good. So go ahead. Make sure you mention that denial and give an explanation. It should not affect your case because there was no fraud or anything involved. But if you don't mention it, then they will punish you for that. So be careful, okay? All right?
Okay. Thank you very much.
Good luck.
I appreciate your help.
Good luck to you. You're welcome. Let me take another caller. This is Shabra. You're live in here. Hello. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think I have more callers right now, and I don't know if I'll be able to take more. But let me kind of recap. Before I take the callers, I was talking a little bit about debt settlement. One of the things that we do a lot in the office is to help people get out of debts without having to file bankruptcy. And the way we do that is we negotiate those debts. And we pretty much, like, for example, you owe 100,000, we can negotiate and bring it to maybe 10, 20,000. It's not an exact figure because it depends on your situation. So we can get you out of those debts without you having to go for a bankruptcy. And you can read a little bit more on the blog, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com, about all this, or give us a call at the office, 510-742-5887. Let me take another caller, Franco. This is Shabra. You're live on air. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Hi.
This is Shapurali.
Yeah. Hi, Mr. Shah. Thanks for taking my call.
Hi.
Really appreciate
You're
the
welcome.
help that you are doing for the community.
Thank you for your kind words.
Yeah. So I have a question, related to the green card. So the thing is, I have been with the company for the last 10 years and came here 8 years back on L1A. And 3 months back, I have received the green card. And unfortunately, the business restructuring happened and all the organizational impact came, and that finally impacted me. So my only question is, as of now, if I'm getting an opportunity outside my current company, and then if I don't feel it good as per my profile, and if I switch to a third company, is that going to be a black mark anywhere on my immigration in the future or anything?
No. Okay. We always recommend to stay with the company for a while after you get the green card. The reason for that is to show good faith of there's a genuine job offer. But in situations where the company is restructuring or things like that, and the company offer was genuine because you were on L1A with them for so many years after they filed, it should not impact you. You just have to explain. The problem will come at the citizenship level. They will ask you why you left the country after 3 months of green card. You can easily explain you're getting better offer and the company was restructuring and you were not feeling comfortable. So it's not a problem. The reason that there's a recommendation to stay with the company is that back in the days, many companies, what they will do, they will just help people to get a green card and that's it. They don't really have a job or anything. That's why this rule is there. But this is not a hardcore rule. It's just like something that we recommend. So in your case, since you have worked there for so many years, it should not be a problem for you to move. So go ahead and make sure that when you move, you keep all your recommendation letters and everything to help you. If down the road, at the citizenship interview, they ask you, you can explain. Okay?
Sure, great. Thank you. Thanks for
okay.
Yeah.
Good luck to you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if I have one more caller time to take Franco, but if not, then I'll just go ahead and continue with the show. And let me take one more caller. This is Shapra. You're 11, yeah?
Hi, Mr. Shah. This is Raj here. Thanks for taking my call. I had
welcome.
One question. So my H-1B employment would be terminating end of next week, and I wanted to understand the timelines involved here and what are my options. My wife is on H-1B as well, and I still don't have an H-1B sponsorship from another
I'll quickly cover it because we don't have much time. But what happens if you get terminated now with the new rule? You have 60 days to do a transfer of the H-1B. So what means by 60 days? That means the transfer has to be reaching the USCIS before the 60 days after the termination. So you have right now 1 week plus 60 days because you're not terminated yet. Now, if you're coming close to the 60 days, you're not finding a job. What I recommend is to move yourself on H4 if you want to stay here, because after that you're going to start accruing unlawful presence. You will still be able to revive the H-1B depending how many years you use, or how many years have you used?
I already have 140 approved, so I don't think.
Okay, so there's no issue in that. So then what you can do is at a later stage, if you want to revive the H-1B, you can always file it, but you will have to file it what we call under new employment cap exempt. And if the H4 is not approved yet, you won't be able to do change of status here. You will have to wait for an approval, leave the country, and come back. Hopefully, premium will be back, and you won't have this issue. But right now, in your hand, you have like 67 days, kind of, to get a job, to have the case filed with USCIS. And if you have any problems,
I can't just file H4 and then follow it by H1 simultaneously, within 2 weeks.
Yes. Yeah, you can do that, but whichever is going to approve last is going to control. So you can file your H4 right now too, especially if your wife has an I-140, you can file for H4 EAD also. So I recommend doing that, and then if you need help on filing it, just give us a call.
It's just the paperwork has to reach them before the 60th day after termination, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Good luck to you, and if you need help on any of them, give us a call, 510-742-5887. So, ladies and gentlemen, I won't be taking more callers now. If you want help, give us a call at the office, 510-742-5887. To recap of today, just to let you know, anything I told you today is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. 3 major news. Number 1, we have the situation happening in Texas. We wanted to mention that, and also in Mumbai and Bangladesh, etc. So we wanted to just tell people that our heart is with them, and whatever way we can help, we will be helping. And also talking about the new things that are coming up, those interviews, mandatory interviews coming up for EB categories, that means employment based, and also for parents' petitions on adjustment of status. So I recommend that you make sure that you have a good preparation before you go to the interview. If you need help on those interviews, give us a call at 510-742-5887. And also, we are seeing a lot of potential denials on those entry-level positions and RFEs. If you need help, also give us a call, 510-742-5887. Website to check, attorneyonair.com. Thank you very much for listening, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back next week, same time. And on Friday night, midnight, the same show will be airing. And this is Attorney Shaparali signing off.